So you're planning your next Disney World vacation and you're trying to figure out when you should go to Disney World. What season should you go? When's the perfect time? Let's get into it in this video. Let's go. So you're getting ready to book your next trip to Disney World and you're trying to figure out when is the best time for you to go. Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Ryan's Ohana. So you're ready to go to Disney World again. Last time you went, it was really crowded, and you're like, man, when is the best time to go to Disney World? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about our times that we think are the best times to go to Disney World. So, if you're looking to go for the cheapest times to visit Disney World, the best times are to go in January and February. Now, that is excluding a holiday. By the second week of January, the holiday crowds and the Walt Disney World marathon runners have cleared out. So until spring break starts in early March, you can find hotel deals plus park tickets will be at their lowest rates. Now, we've been during January, and we usually like to go like right after the Walt Disney World marathon and right after the holidays, and we found that that's the best time to go because Epcot is still having, they're in between festivals, but I think a festival might have started. And so for us, that's the best time to go because the crowds are low, everybody's back in school, the Walt Disney World marathon runners are gone. So it's the best time to go, and it's also the cheapest because it's early, it's kind of off-peak season. So you find the best hotel rates, usually around 30 to 35% off. Like I said, never, ever pay full price for a Disney World hotel. But, that's usually the best time to find the cheapest hotel during that time. And, when you're booking your trip and you want to save money, that's honestly the best time that we think is to go is between January and February. But, to each their own to see when, you would like to go. Now, for the best times to go during the springtime, during the, March and May, type of months, April honestly receives the less amount of rain on average, and the high temperatures range from 75 to 85 degrees, which is the perfect time for walking around the theme parks and taking a dip in the pool. But March through May is usually a great time to go too because it's not as hot yet. Kids are still not out of school, so the crowd should still be a little low. Now, we usually go when we go before summer, like during the springtime, we go during early May, like around May 5th through the 15th. Around that time, we usually try and go is because kids are still in school. They're not, the crowds aren't as heavy. You still got a festival going on at Epcot, so you can still go drink around the world and enjoy the festival. We love it going during that time too because, like I said, less crowds. Like I said, kids aren't in school. Kids are still in school. You still have that time where it's not as hot. The rainy season really hasn't hit yet. During the summer, so and it's still kind of perfect for you to take a dip in the pool, and it's still the temperature's still comfortable out, and you can still have a great time and and still enjoy. You have a resort day and all that good stuff, and still, like I said, go to Epcot and enjoy, walking around and having drinks and food around, the parks. Now, for the best pool weather for Disney World, April through early October is usually the best time to visit Walt Disney World for sunny pool weather. Now, also nearby hotels have some of the best pools in Florida, but April, May, through October, that's the least amount of rain. April, May, and October have the least amount of rain, but the temperature will still be cool enough in the middle of summer that there's an afternoon thunderstorm almost every day, but, it won't ruin your pool time. So don't let, it ruin your pool time because storms typically move through within an hour. We've been there where it rains for like 5 minutes and then that's it. And it says it's 100% chance of rain for the day. It does rain for like 5 minutes and then it's done. You can go in to see some of the shops and shop around and enjoy some of the things. And then, you're back to, walking around, your resort and getting into the pool. That's actually some of the best times to go when you want to visit the pool is around that time. Now, for the best time to visit Walt Disney World for your family, when you're with your family and your kids, now you're going to want to maximize the fun with your children, and I recommend visiting Walt Disney World during one of the low seasons. so families can spend less time waiting in lines, therefore enjoying more attractions during their visit. Now, some of these low periods are going to include January and February, and September to mid-December, excluding, holidays and long weekends. Because since many children can't miss school for vacation, the next best time to visit Disney World for families would be on a long holiday weekend. Now, during the weekends, it usually brings, crowds, but it will not be as bad as summer or the winter holidays when you go, with your family. We've gone with Mavis a few times, and we've gone, we've gone during the 4th of July, and sometimes it's hit or miss, where it'll be hot or it'll be rainy, or, there will be a lot of crowds, there won't be a lot of crowds. So, we recommend, trying to go, if you're going to go with your family, right to find the sweet spot for y'all guys when you think that it's going to be great for you guys to go on vacation. But, keep in mind that the best time to go with your children is, kind of on long holidays. So sometimes there's going to be, big crowds, and sometimes there's not going to be big crowds. So it's just hit or miss. You got to take a chance to see what you're going to hit. Now you're wanting to know when you want to avoid crowds. As you know, Disney World can get really, really, really crowded. And it's not fun when it's really, really crowded because it's hot. Usually, when it's Florida, it's hot. It could be raining, so it could be muggy. And then with the hot, and then with a lot of people around, it's probably you don't want it to ruin your Disney World vacation, but it might ruin your Disney World vacation. So the most prolific crowds at Disney World are during summer break and winter holidays. Throughout the rest of the year, you'll find least crowded times on weekdays when school is in session. Now, in our experience, January and February and November before Thanksgiving are usually the lowest crowds. We've had great times in January and great times actually in May before school lets out. And then we've actually had great times in September, when it's not as hot and school's back in session, and we're there to go and visit for one of the Halloween parties. We've also been, in early November to visit for one of the holiday parties, and we found that there's not a whole lot of crowds, so you have to find, what's your best sweet spot to go. Like I said, to find your sweet spot to go, but you also want to keep in mind that if you go during the peak summer months, it's going to be hot. It's going to be crowded. There's going to be a lot of kids. It's going to be maybe raining because it is during the rainy season. It is during hurricane season there in Florida. And you're going to want to, especially during the special events like festivals and marathons throughout the year, these can actually draw unexpected crowds during the low seasons. But, you just check to see when those holidays are going to be and when the crowds are going to be, for those holidays. And, that's when you typically try not to go during that time because, you don't want to, you don't want to run into that stuff. Also, many people think that Disney World is just for families, but you got to know too, it's for adults as well. There's a lot of grown-up kids things to do there. So, when to go to Disney World for adults? Now, Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, which takes place in the fall, is a huge draw for adults looking to eat and drink around the world while touring Epcot. Thanks to the popularity of the Food and Wine Festival, Disney now offers specialty food and drink options at all of Epcot's Food and Wine Festival throughout the year. So, there will also be kids at Walt Disney this time, so for adults looking to minimize the crying babies and overtiring children during their school vacations, please visit while school's in session. So, now, with that in mind, we've gone to the festivals, and we go, like I said, during the off-peak season when there's kids that are in school. We've gone by ourselves as adults. So we find it very, very, very good to go when you're adults to go during that time during the week while somebody can watch the kids for you back at home. And we've had ourselves a great time because we get to go, we get to drink around the world, we get to ride rides. We don't have to worry about doing rider switches or anything like that. And it's great. We love it. It's awesome. Now, even though we do miss the kids, but we do have fun when we're by ourselves and enjoying ourselves when we go as adults. And there's also, like I said, there's plenty of things to do as adults there. So try to go during the off-season months and go during the festivals, like I said, January, before May, September, when there's still festivals going on, and you can have a really, really great time, even though the kids are back in school. Just, find somebody to watch your kids and go have a great time at Disney World. But real quick, just to recap, the best times to go to Disney World for everybody, is between January, February, and March. Like I said, right after the holidays, right in those sweet spots in between where the festivals aren't going on, or the festivals are still going on, but they're still not having like special events or anything like that. So, usually in January and February and March, the weather's kind of nice, still cool. You can still have a great time. It's not the rainy season yet. April, May, and June, you're kind of starting to get into that rainy season. It's kind of starting to get hot a little bit, but April and May are still kind of that sweet spot. But then June, July, and August, of course, kids are out of school. It's hot. It's a rainy season. It's hurricane season in Florida. So, you might not want to go during the time, but it's still best to go, if that's the best time for you to go. But you just got to try to make the most of your Disney World trip. There's other videos that we had that says don't let stuff to ruin your Disney World vacation. And also, plan for ahead for, the weather, because it is going to rain, because it is Florida, and then also, September, October, perfect time to go because, there's not a whole lot of rain. It's perfect weather. It's cool now. You still got the holidays coming, so you got the holiday decorations up already. And then, of course, October, November, December, Halloween, and then you go transition to Christmas, and you get to see all the Christmas decorations, and, you get all wrapped up in the holidays. And, of course, it's the perfect time to be there during the holidays, and it's not as hot, like I said, very little rain, cool weather. You'll have fun. All those different times are amazing. You just got to figure out when's the best time for you to go to Disney World for your vacation. But for us, our best times to go are January, February, May, September, October, and November for us. That's what we like to do. So you find during those spots there, especially when there's not like a Walt Disney World run program going on that time or any special events. Try to go during, when they have after hours events, because those are fun. They're usually less crowded. You get more stuff done. But that's going to do it for this episode of Ryan's Ohana. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and we will see y'all guys in the next one.